Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome. If you're watching me for the first time, my name is Bridget. On this channel, I teach sounds, grammar, compositions, and other problematic topics in English. So today, I will teach you words that are difficult to spell in English. A lot of words in English containing its original pronunciation and spellings have been borrowed from classical languages such as Latin, Greek, Hebrew, and most especially French, thus creating problems of spellings for most speakers of English. A scholar once said, that the English spelling system is a giant edifice of confusion. Hence, in this class, I'll show you how people spell these words incorrectly, why they are spelled incorrectly, and of course, how to spell these words correctly. Here we go. Our first group of words contains the following: pronunciation, accommodation, accumulation, and occasion. Can you spell these group of words? The second group of words has Wednesday, privilege, ingenious, grievous, mischievous, and of course, onomatopoeia. Can you spell these words correctly? Now let's take them one after the other. The first word is pronunciation. Pronunciation is spelled like this, but most people often pronounce it as pronunciation or pronunciation. This is because the word pronunciation originates from pronounce. Pronounce has O in it. So most often, people spell it with O in it. Of course, why can't it be spelled that way when we have words such as announcement, pronouncement, and so on? Next is occasion. The unnecessary consonant clusters in words such as occur, occurrence, and double S in discussion, commission, and so on influence the spellings of occasion. So, people tend to spell occasion with double C and double S, or just one C and just one S, and so on. Now let's take a look at this correct spelling of occasion. The next word is accommodation. Sometimes I wonder why it is not spelled as one C and one M as transcribed, but we have double C and double M in the spellings. Until English spelling system is reformed, we will continue to spell it as double C and double M as follows. This takes us to the next word, which is accumulate or accumulation. Some people tend to spell accumulate or accumulation with double C and double M, just as we have in accommodation. However, the correct spelling for accumulate or accumulation is double C and one M. Next is Wednesday. The word Wednesday is not spelled as pronounced or pronounced as spelt. Most people often spell it as Wednesday. However, the correct spelling is Wednesday, or simply say Wednesday. The standard pronunciation for the word Wednesday is Wednesday and not Wednesday. So the best way to spell the word Wednesday is by saying Wednesday. Next up to the word privilege. Cambridge, knowledge, edge are spelt as DGE at the end. However, privilege is not spelt in that manner. There is no DGE at the end of privilege, but we just have GE at the end of privilege. Now, let's take a look at these words: ingenious, grievous, and mischievous. Next up is ingenious. Ingenious. Ingenious is an extension of the word genius, and so most people often spell it without O in it. Or better still, most people often spell it without letter I, in it. Meanwhile, the correct spelling is IOUS. This takes us to the next word, grievous. Grievous. Now, they sound alike, right? Well, where we have grievous, the word grievous does not have IOUS. Rather, it is spelled without I in it. This takes us to the next word, which is mischievous. Mischievous. Similarly, the word mischievous does not have I in it. It's actually spelled without I in it. So that is why most often people misspell the word ingenious, grievous, and mischievous because of the IOU pronunciation and OUS as spelt, except ingenious that has IOUS. Finally, let's look at this word and pronounce this word. This word is pronounced as onomatopoeia, onomatopoeia, onomatopoeia. Standard Nigerian English will pronounce it as onomatopoeia. The stress is placed on to, while Standard British English has a stress on peer, whereby we have the long E and we have the schwa at the end. In essence, the word is pronounced as onomatopoeia. Oftentimes, students do not pronounce this word correctly because of the vowel clusters at the end. And so, people often pronounce it as onomatopoeia or onomatopoeia or onomatopoeia or onomatopoeia. The correct pronunciation is onomatopoeia. Some pronounce it as onomatopoeia. In any environment you find yourself, I'm sure you definitely have how you pronounce this word from the root pronunciation of the word, whereby we have the long E sound at the end and the schwa at the end. So your environment determines how you pronounce this word. Now let's look at the spelling. It is rather spelled like this, whereby we have the clusters at the end, clusters of vowels at the end, but it is just pronounced as onomatopoeia. Finally, let's take these questions to ascertain if you have actually known how to spell some of these words that I've actually just discussed. Number 1, choose the option that has the correct spelling. A, occasion. B, occasion. C, occasion. D, occasion. The correct answer is B. Question number 2. Let's look at these options. A, accommodation. B, accommodation. C, accommodation. And D, accommodation. Which is the answer? Of course, the answer is C. Now let's move on to the last question for today. Option A, privilege. Option B, privilege. Option C, privilege. Option D, privilege. Which is the answer? D is the correct answer. Now, if you don't understand the lesson for today, do well to replay the video for you to understand this video better. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me that spelling that you mostly find difficult to spell. Bye-bye.